Americans lost nearly $7 billion to cybercrime last year. What can you do to stay safer? That's our Techstination. Joining us from Google is cybersecurity expert Kimberly Samra. Hi, Kimberly.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Well, it seems to be getting more and more difficult for people to spot online scams. I don't know, maybe the bad guys are getting better at what they do. What are some of the more common traps that we're facing these days? And this is Cybersecurity Month, I think.
Yes, it is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. So you're definitely going to be getting a lot of really good tips and tricks, especially today, that I'm giving you to stay safer online. But yeah, with Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and as we kind of lean more heavily on online services and products, there is a wider landscape for bad actors to take advantage, and especially as we have the holidays coming up, and leaning more heavily on online services, there is more opportunity for them to, steal information, go forward with scams. So staying cognizant of those items is more important than ever.
Are there some new things that we're seeing or scams that have become, I guess, more prevalent of late?
Yeah, I mean, again, as we're leaning more heavily on online services, there are more and more attack vectors, right? So as you're, relying more heavily online for online shopping and, trying to find the best deals for the holiday season, you're going to see more of those scams. But I think at the center of things, it's still phishing. And for those out there who aren't as familiar with phishing, phishing is when somebody tries to disguise themselves as a trusted source. So a friend, a family member, a colleague reaching out to you through text message, email, phone call, trying to get you to do something, whether that's click on a malicious link, send them money, and it's usually done urgently. So, having a red flag when those types of things happen, for example, the holiday season is coming up. If you're getting a deal through email, having somebody ask you to click on a link, and the deal seems too good to be true, it most likely probably is.
So what are some of the other steps we can all take here? Just everyday things that can improve our chances, I suppose.
Yeah, so smaller things on the phishing side is you want to consider the source. So like I said, if it's a friend, a colleague, a family member, why are they reaching out to you? And you know what I mean? Grandma probably isn't going to want you to click on a malicious link or urgently, or, somebody's asking for money. Why are they asking you for money? And why is it so urgent? And a few little things that you can do if you're getting sent a link. Go ahead and hover over it. And sometimes that will reveal that the URL that you're being sent and the actual site destination could be different. Also, avoid clicking on links altogether. If you're, getting an email from your bank, for example, instead of clicking on that link directly, go ahead and just type it into the URL bar directly and avoid that altogether. And then also I suggest using products such as Chrome or Gmail. That way, if you're getting a malicious email or seeing a different link that you might think might be malicious, those items will actually scan those emails for you and let you know if they're detecting any malicious activity.
If you get a text message, for instance, from just lists a phone number that you may not recognize, should you click on that to open the text message?
You want to probably avoid that, right? So if, again, consider the source. And even if you do, for example, we're all human, it's going to happen, human error. If you do open that text message, and you can usually probably see it right in the window, right? And right in the preview, what the contents are. But if you do happen to open the text message, just don't click on those links. Again, if it's from a bank, a store that you frequent, just go ahead and enter that URL directly and avoid any issues altogether.
And from time to time, I think I've been seeing a notification from an online shopping site, something like Amazon even, that mentions a purchase that I didn't make. And it looks like it's from Amazon, but when you dig a little deeper, you see it's really not.
Right. And again, you want to consider the source. If you're getting something from Amazon, this actually happened to my mom recently. go ahead and go to your account, right? See, did you, a family member make a purchase you didn't know about? I know a lot of us are sharing accounts. Check out your account first and try to verify the information. What I always tell people is that you should be looking at your online security similar that you do your physical security. So, be cautious, do your background, do your due diligence, and check if that's an actual, verified communication avenue they're doing, rather than directly clicking on the link, and be on your toes for those types of items, especially around the holiday season.
And if you have kids, there are more issues to be concerned about. Tell us about some of the things parents should be aware of in helping to keep their kids safe online.
Yeah, I think making sure that your kids are following the same steps that you are to stay safe online, teaching them what you're learning, and to put their online safety first, similar to your own. And that means educating them on the right cybersecurity hygiene. We actually just launched online learning lessons with Khan Academy that teaches everybody from parents, teachers, students, grandparents about how to stay safe online, how to spot, those scams and phishing emails, how to shop safely online. We have our Family Link app, which teaches kids how to be, sets ground rules for families with their children on about how to stay safe online. Making sure you're watching their screen time, making sure they get appropriate content. And we actually just launching today, you can now watch, when your children are arriving and leaving locations. So you kind of get that, side of online safety and physical safety as well.
Interesting. Where can people go to get these resources?
Yeah, so you go to family.google.com.
And Google's been helping people for a while now with their passwords and trying to keep things secure. Tell us what people should know about that.
Yeah, so passwords are obviously, there's a lot of technology happening where we're trying to move past passwords, but at the moment, passwords are here to stay, right? So making sure you're practicing good password hygiene. What I mean by that is making sure that you're staying up to date on it. We use passwords every day, so making sure that you're using best practices is very important. But at the end of the day, you should honestly just be using a password manager. Google Password Manager, for example, will not only create strong passwords for you, they'll store them. They'll let you know if they've been compromised during a data breach. And also they'll, if you're entering a malicious site, it will stop entering your credentials before entering that malicious site. So it's a lot easier than keeping that little sticky note on your desk, and trying to track them that way. And, a password manager through a trusted source like Google is really peace of mind.
And what's the advice when it comes to the two-step verifications? Some people, I guess, feel like they're in too much of a hurry to use them, but
Yeah, the advice for two-step verification is enroll, apply it anywhere you can, even outside of Google. Make sure that you're using two-step verification. It's just that extra layer of protection, and again, that peace of mind. So, rather than just entering your password, if for whatever reason, your password is compromised, which it shouldn't be if you're using a password manager, but if it is, that person would still need a second piece of information or verification to access your account. So please, 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 if you take anything from today, please use 2SV.
and for more info overall, I think people can go to safety.google. Is that something new?
Yeah, or if you want to use any of the tools that we're mentioning, myaccount.google.com is a great resource.
Very good. Kimberly Samra, thank you so much for spending time with us.
Thank you.